the 5th of May 2025, became in the United Kingdom a day of special celebration and remembrance. 80 years had already passed since the Allies had celebrated victory in Europe Day, bringing to an end the most destructive war in human history. On that day, London once again came alive with festive salutes. Veterans and their descendants gathered at monuments, and the central moment of commemoration unfolded on the famous balcony of Palace. There, among King Charles III, Prince William, Princess, and for the first time on the capital's stage, Princess Charlotte, a ceremony took place that was not simply an official event, but a living act of history, one that united past and future. Victory in Europe Day, or the Day of Victory in Europe, was originally conceived as the symbol of the continent's final shift from the darkness of war to the light of peace. In 1945, British citizens, American and Soviet soldiers, and ordinary civilians alike rejoiced at the end of hostilities, recalling those who had sacrificed their lives for the future of humanity. For the United Kingdom, this day has always been a moment of national unity, mourning for the fallen and, simultaneously, a triumph of spirit. Now, 80 years later, when borders have changed, technology has penetrated every aspect of life, and political realities have grown far more complex. The royal family once again decided to give Victory in Europe Day a special resonance, inviting the children of a new generation so that they themselves could grasp the importance of preserving memory. Princess Charlotte, the third child of Prince William and Princess of Wales, does not officially stand in line for the throne. Nevertheless, public attention toward her grows with each passing year. The 9-year-old girl appeared in a dark blue coat with a Scottish plaid pattern and neat braids that accentuated her refinement and deliberate simplicity. Her appearance combined the formality of royal protocol with childish spontaneity, touching the hearts of millions of viewers. Charlotte stood next to her mother, periodically exchanging brief glances as though to bring a note of light yet resolute self-sufficiency to the solemnity. Despite her young age, the princess demonstrated remarkable composure. A gentle but sincere smile would appear on her face whenever she noticed fans waving Union Jack flags or heard welcoming cheers. At the same time, she did not allow herself a single moment of shyness or the slightest embarrassment. Her posture remained firm and precise, as if she had known her purpose since birth. At any moment, Charlotte could glance toward her parents to check whether she was standing correctly, but simply nodded gently, sending the signal, "You are doing just fine." The following day, British newspapers and tabloids were filled with headlines such as, "Charlotte steals the show on Victory in Europe Day," "Young Princess captivates the nation," and "Legacy and Prospects, the future of the British crown." The publications noted that the girl already displayed leadership qualities and a sense of responsibility far beyond her years. Fashion magazines commented on her dark blue patent leather shoes with delicate straps as a combination of childhood style and royal tradition. On social media, teenagers and adults alike discussed every move she made. Some emphasized how Charlotte gently adjusted her younger brother Louis's hair, while others pointed out her calm yet confident gaze, as if the girl understood why she had been placed there. However, the commemoration of the 80th Victory in Europe Day was not only about outward pageantry and stylish children's fashion. Deep symbolism lay beneath this ceremony. During World War II, Queen Elizabeth II, then a princess, had boosted the nation's moral spirit. Alongside her father, King George VI, she visited hospitals, met with soldiers and their families, and spoke on the radio, instilling hope in the hearts of Britons. Today, the role of heirs remains no less significant, because they must maintain a connection to the past and continue the tradition of service, not merely ceremonial, but one focused on an active role for the monarchy in people's lives. When Charlotte stepped onto the balcony of Palace, she stood beside her grandfather, King Charles III, her father William, and her older brother George. Her younger brother Louis remained close to their mother. These children represent the future of the monarchy. Many historians and journalists noted that Charlotte already appeared, the most natural of all the royal family members. Her features and mannerisms reminded one of her grandmother Elizabeth II, while her carriage and posture revealed a miniature restraint, dignity, and a gentle smile capable of uniting people. A few minutes before appearing on the balcony, rehearsals had taken place. Was explaining to her daughter where to look, how to hold her back straight, and when to smile, while William checked the position of the flag and listened to television commentators' remarks. For millions watching the live broadcast, that moment became especially touching. Viewers held their breath when the procession arrived, and Charlotte, as if emerging from a child's dream, enchanted everyone with her confidence and deliberate presence. Victory in Europe Day is not only a British commemoration. In various countries across the continent, commemorative events, concerts, and exhibitions related to the events of 1945 take place. But for the United Kingdom, the symbolism of this day is particularly strong, because the Queen and her family have participated in every significant moment of history. When Charlotte appeared on the balcony, the air still trembled from the roar of the salute. The faces on the balcony reflected a mixture of pride and subtle sadness. Pride for the heroes of the past, and sorrow that those years had taken so many lives. Despite the formality of the event, moments of spontaneity found their way into the ceremony. The princess momentarily became distracted when the sound of a military aircraft echoed over the palace, her eyes lighting up with excitement and wonder. Then she returned to her duties, a focused gaze, a slight nod when reminded to gently lift her chin. The music of martial marches filled the square with a sense of unity. Soldiers, readers, a choir of veterans, all participants seemed to be telling the world, "We remember," and after the official balcony appearance, the family moved inside the palace to host a reception for veterans and service members. Charlotte, holding hand, helped her mother present commemorative medals to those who had fought in battles or worked on the home front. Her quiet speech and genuine interest in people's stories moved even the most steadfast veterans. One of the invitees, a retired general, later confessed to journalists that the princess's youthful, sincere gaze reminded him of why it is worth fighting for peace, so that children and never know what war truly is. Many experts emphasized that Charlotte's presence on that day symbolized that the British monarchy continues to maintain a connection with ordinary people. The main focus was not on how many official receptions had taken place, but on the sense of responsibility that she demonstrated. For her, it was a lesson in humility and an awareness of duty. Even if dozens of trips and official events lie ahead of her, it is precisely Victory in Europe Day that will remain the day when she first appeared before the nation as a representative of a new era. Alongside the preparation for the balcony appearance, numerous security measures were taken. Palace guards checked the route in advance, cordoned off surrounding areas, and provided the presence of emergency response services. Nevertheless, a child's participation in an event that was both solemn and, in a sense, mournful always brings a special warmth to the public. It reminds us that young hearts understand better than anyone else why wars are fought and how important it is to strive for peace. When the commemoration ended, London streets still echoed with a spirit of mourning and celebration intertwined. The avenues were adorned with red, white, and blue flags, flowers, and photographs of veterans from past years. Leaving handed each other leaflets containing historical facts. And Charlotte, returning home with her family, turned to the cameras with a brief nod as if bidding farewell to those who had watched her. That nod said, "Thank you for your attention and remembrance." Moreover, it also sounded like a promise. "I am here, and my mission is only beginning." Charlotte returns to her schooling and play, but her image, captured on that day, will remain in people's hearts for many years. She reminded the nation of the importance of memory and the responsibility borne by each generation. In the future, when she becomes an adult, many significant tasks will await her: charitable projects, state ceremonies, and possibly diplomatic missions. Yet already now, she has shown that she can be not merely a little princess, but a person truly worthy of respect and admiration. The 5th of May 2025 became for the royal family a starting point. On that day, from the balcony of Palace echoed not only the roar of salutes, but the heartbeat of a new generation. Princess Charlotte became a symbol of hope and unity, reminding everyone that the monarchy is not solely about traditions and ceremonial splendor, but a living history passed from hand to hand, from heart to heart. As long as palace walls stand and children smile at the public from its balcony, the kingdom remains alive. The day commemorated the past, but its light emanated from those just beginning their journey. The next year, when Charlotte agrees to further public appearances, Victory in Europe Day 2025 will be most fitting to remember. Because on that day, the girl first observed the same ceremony that her grandparents once performed on that very balcony, when the country had not yet recovered from the horrors it endured. Now, looking back, we understand. Despite rapid changes and technological progress, traditions live on as long as there are those able to connect past and present. Charlotte has shown that she is ready to be that bridge between epochs and convey to the younger generation the lesson of memory and hope. Thus, Victory in Europe Day 2025 became not merely a commemorative date, but the starting point of a new chapter in the life of the British royal family. In this context, the appearance of the young princess symbolized the continuation of a grand story, writ not only in royal chronicles, but also in the hearts of millions born after war, striving to understand why memory is needed and how vital it is to preserve peace.